Hey everyone, and welcome back. Have you ever stopped to think about what happens when you flip a light switch? It seems so simple, but behind that instant burst of light is a massive, complex system that powers our entire world. Today, we're going on a 10-minute journey to demystify electricity generation. We'll explore how we get power from traditional sources like coal all the way to the clean energy of the sun. So get ready to have your mind blown by the incredible science of electricity. First, let's start with the basics. At its core, most electricity generation is about one thing: turning a turbine. Imagine a pinwheel spinning in the wind. A turbine is like a giant, high-tech pinwheel. The goal is to make this turbine spin as fast as possible. Why? Because this spinning turbine is connected to a generator. Inside the generator, powerful magnets spin around coils of copper wire. This movement creates a flow of electrons, and guess what? That flow of electrons is what we call electricity. It's all thanks to a principle called electromagnetic induction, discovered by Michael Faraday nearly 200 years ago. So the big question is, how do we get that turbine spinning? Well, that's where our different energy sources come in. Let's travel back to the roots of modern power, coal. For over a century, coal has been a workhorse of electricity generation. The process is surprisingly straightforward, even if the machinery is huge. It all begins with pulverized coal, ground into a fine powder. This powder is blown into a massive furnace, where it burns at incredibly high temperatures, heating up a boiler filled with water. As the water heats up, it turns into high-pressure steam. This steam is then channeled through pipes and blasted at the blades of a turbine, causing it to spin at thousands of revolutions per minute. That spinning turbine, connected to its generator, produces electricity. The used steam is then cooled back into water and sent back to the boiler to start the cycle all over again. It's a powerful and reliable method, but as we all know, burning coal releases a lot of carbon dioxide and other pollutants, which is why the world is looking for cleaner alternatives. Another fossil fuel that plays a huge role is natural gas. Natural gas power plants are often more efficient and produce about half the carbon dioxide of coal plants. Many modern plants use a system called a combined cycle. It's a two-for-one deal for making electricity. First, natural gas is burned, and the hot exhaust gases, much like a jet engine, are used to spin a gas turbine directly. This first turbine generates electricity, but wait, there's more. The super hot exhaust gases from that turbine are still hot enough to boil water. So they are piped over to a boiler, creating steam that spins a second, separate steam turbine. This means a single plant gets to generate power from two different turbines using just one fuel source. It's a clever way to squeeze more energy out of the fuel we use. Now let's dive into the world of nuclear power. Nuclear energy is often misunderstood, but the fundamental principle is the same. We need to boil water to create steam and spin a turbine. The key difference is the heat source. Instead of burning fossil fuels, nuclear power plants use a process called nuclear fission. Inside a reactor, atoms of uranium are split apart in a controlled chain reaction. This process releases an enormous amount of energy in the form of heat. This heat is used to boil water, creating high pressure steam that drives the turbines and generators. The big advantage of nuclear power is that it produces a massive amount of electricity from a very small amount of fuel, and it does so without creating any greenhouse gas emissions. However, managing the radioactive waste and ensuring the safety of the plants are major challenges that come with this powerful technology. Okay, let's move away from heat and steam for a moment and look at the power of water. When electricity is needed, gates are opened and gravity pulls the water from the reservoir down through these penstocks. The rushing water flows through and spins the blades of a turbine, which is connected to a generator. It's basically a giant water wheel, but far more sophisticated. Hydropower is great because it's renewable, reliable, and doesn't produce air pollution. The main downside is the huge environmental impact of building a dam, which can disrupt ecosystems and displace communities. Now for a source of energy that's literally out of this world: solar power. Unlike the methods we've discussed, solar panels don't use turbines at all. They use something called the photovoltaic effect. Solar panels are made up of many smaller units called solar cells, which are typically made from silicon. When sunlight, which is made of tiny energy packets called photons, strikes these cells, it knocks electrons loose from their atoms. These free electrons are then guided into an electrical current by an internal electric field within the cell. This electricity is initially in the form of direct current, or DC, but an inverter changes it to alternating current, or AC, which is what our homes and appliances use. Solar power is clean, getting cheaper all the time, and can be installed almost anywhere from deserts to rooftops. The main challenge, of course, is that it only works when the sun is shining. Finally, let's talk about harnessing the power of the wind. Wind power is another rapidly growing source of clean energy. If you've ever seen a modern wind farm, you've seen those massive, graceful structures spinning in the breeze. A wind turbine works like a reverse fan. Instead of using electricity to make wind, it uses wind to make electricity. The wind pushes against the long blades, causing them to rotate. This rotation spins a central shaft that is connected through a gearbox to a generator. The gearbox increases the rotational speed so that the generator can produce electricity efficiently. Just like solar, wind is a clean, renewable resource. But also like solar, it's intermittent. It only generates power when the wind is blowing at the right speed. And some people find the large wind farms visually unappealing, which can lead to local opposition. So there you have it. From burning coal to harnessing sunlight, we've covered the amazing ways we generate the electricity that powers our lives. Each method, from fossil fuels to renewables, involves spinning a turbine except for solar, which uses its own unique magic. The future of energy is all about finding the right mix of these technologies to create a grid that is reliable, affordable, and sustainable for our planet. We're in the middle of a massive energy transition, and it's exciting to see what new innovations will power our world tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching and learning with me today. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos that break down the complex world around us. Let me know in the comments which energy source you find most fascinating. See you in the next video.